Hello everybody and welcome to my Let's Play of Divinity Original Sins. Here with me is the one and only Rams, and we have fucking hell Rams. Seriously, every fucking time. Can you just...
I am not Rams. I
will hit you. I know where you live. I will hit you.
He touched me.
Sorry, son.
And this is why I am depressed. I
I
want to kill myself.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Various. You'll only encourage
Hey,
it.
suicide isn't a joke. Be sure to contact your local suicide.
That is true. Suicide is never a joke. Alright, so,
Hey, there's a mighty looking dude over
yeah,
here.
I noticed. Hello, wait, are you already talking to him?
I am talking to him, so you're gonna want to click on me to listen.
I'm the one that talks to people.
I am leading this investigation.
Alright. Please read out loud if the voice...
Oh, okay, he
yeah, I
doesn't
know,
like
but
source hunters.
please read out loud the text if they don't speak it in the game.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Ha! Look, do what you must in Sicil, but don't make waves, and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs, you hear?
Gods
Yeah, so about Jake's murder?
Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother, but he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot.
Well, to be fair, that one pigeon ended up being a sorcerer, so, you know.
Yeah, we brought
Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined, but report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you!
Ah, good. That means we can enter the inn that we could enter
That's
before.
good.
Esmeralda
So about
is Jake's
wife,
wife.
Esmeralda.
Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to smack him on the head. He's getting a bit annoying.
What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see? Not idle superstition.
Sure. We'll have the main information. You can start asking him more questions and check out his wares. He seems to offer some training.
Oh, what now?
You know, I feel like you're being a bit hostile for no reason. I like to ask some additional questions.
If you must.
So, your main problem is the undead.
Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I haven't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know. Those brain-feasting freaks out there keep on coming. And it takes all the sword arms and all of Ahu's half-baked contraptions to keep them at bay. Keeping them at bay, that is all we do. Were that I could break their backs once and for all.
What is your opinion? Are the orcs doing... what in your opinion are
On
the
the
orcs
men.
doing on the beach?
I'd say they are looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of Ahu's magical machines, so they're trying their luck by sea. They won't succeed, though. Not against the Legion.
How are you enjoying Sicil?
How am I
Cecil?
enjoying it? Are you spoiling for a fight, Hunter? Are you? Sicil stinks of fish, reeks of orcs, and on a good day, the wind disperses the stench of decomposing corpses. I can't remember the last time I had a proper piece of steak, and by now, I retch at the mere sight of sardines. So in conclusion, I am not enjoying Sicil.
Tell me about the Legion, then.
We are the pride of Rivellon, to be found and to be seen everywhere. We don't hide in the dark and lurk in corners like some I could mention. No, we protect the civilized from the barbaric, and we do so impeccably.
R2 tells me he suspects a sect might be at work at Sicil, around Sicil.
Yes, and he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat, licking God's knows which body parts. Sects, sorcerers. He'll be seeing flying carpets next.
Did you already discuss Jake's murder? Alright, then we can leave. That was...
Did you check your shop yet?
Exam... talk.
You,
I have not.
Again.
Shut the hell up,
Do
dude.
feel free to depart from Sicil at your earliest convenience.
Dude, this is a fucking dick.
Bit of a thing, yeah.
I should probably sell some stuff.
Well, those books are actually ones you want. So, but you can only have like a limited.
Yeah, and I have no... Oh, I actually do
So
have
just
enough
like-
money. Huh.
Yeah, so just look through them a bit and see if you see anything interesting.
Wait, so how many can you actually have?
So it depends on your skills in the in the skill, the amount of points you have
Okay.
in the skill. So you currently are probably level 1 in Man at Arms, so you can only have 3 novice skills, which you might already all have.
Okay. I think I only have 2, actually.
Well, then you could buy another, but make sure it's a novice one, not an adept or a master one.
So it needs to be a novice one. Alright. Just trying to clean up my inventory a bit. I think we're gonna keep that. I think I already have one of those. Yeah, this should be fine. And then...
I have a nice blade for you.
Oh yeah,
I
you
just
had that
remembered
one.
that
Yeah.
I found a...
Okay,
the blue
novice. Immediately heal yourself or a nearby target for 42 vitality. Let's see, Helping Hand skill book. Help a knockdown ally back up or pat out a burning one. Okay, Battering Ram skill book, I do have that one. Encouraging skill book. Encourage allies around you. Would that work for my undead as well?
Which
the
one?
encouraging skill book.
I think encourages all your allies, so yeah.
Might want that one when I get some undead. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, and we'll have a party filled with people. that
People?
can also benefit from it. Of course, first. I'm sorry.
Melee power stance skill book. Increases both the damage of your melee attacks and your movement speed at the cost of precision. That could be useful. I do have some decent swords as well. Okay, melee defensive stance skill book. Improves defense at the cost of damage. That could also be useful. I can only learn 1 extra, right?
Yeah, you only have room for 1 extra for now.
Okay, I already have the crushing fist one. Taunt skill book. Taunt all enemies within 8 meters around you. Provoke and tease them so they... Did you freeze me?
No, I just stole his
Alright,
diary.
so that they want to attack.
Here, you can have it.
Maybe I should sell it back to him.
I don't
I
think that's a
know.
good idea.
Alright, so I'm thinking either the taunt one... No, the taunt one is adept, so never mind. So the melee, the defensive one or the encouraging one?
I think encourage is pretty good, but defensive
Useful right
is
now.
more
Like,
casual. No, I don't. I can't. Not useful. It's just if you get like surrounded by like 3 dudes, you take less damage. You know.
I'm gonna go with the encouraging one. I like that one more.
In Divinity Original Sin 2, it's actually the human racial ability.
Price. You can raise the trader's attitude by donating items or gold. Okay. Oh, I also need to put some gold in here.
You can press the scales to even it out.
That's a lot easier. Even it fuck out. There you go, buddy. I accept your offer. You found a skill book. Read it to unlock the new skill. Thank you. I did not realize that. Alright, so I'll take my leave. Oh, I got a recipe for a superior longbow. Neat.
Yeah, I'm reading some books.
By the way, I have a unidentified antique rope. I don't know if you want that.
Ah yes, if you have anything that's unidentified, you can give it to me. And on that note, here's your new blade, Sir Knight.
There we go. Just sending everything to you. Do I have anything else? Nope. Nope.
Alright, and here's your new armor. And I will be taking the rope.
Ooh, that's actually better than my old armor by quite a bit. Where is that blade?
Although we don't really look like source hunters anymore. That's the only benefit.
So, where's that blade? Oh, there we go. Ooh, yeah, that is actually quite a deal better than my training sword, outdated short sword. Let's see. Alright, I think that's... Wait, there are some underpants here.
I actually want to put those on. Don't forget to wear your...
I mean, I like it breezy, but I suppose I can make an exception.
Well, you know, these are magical underwear. They speak to you. So yeah, while you were doing your business with that commander person, I investigated the area with the constant talking. And there seems to be a woman in a cage.
The annoying ones. Alright, so,
Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see her.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
A curious situation you've got here. Is the woman in the cage under arrest?
Squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls.
Yummy.
I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged right at me.
Bit Tullia right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
And what will become of this admittedly strange
well, that's
stranger?
To be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't well send her into the wilds again, can we?
Perhaps it'd be worth taking this stranger under our wing? She'll likely come in handy if we can trust her.
Perhaps it'd be worth taking this stranger under our wing. She'll likely come in handy if we can trust her to watch our backs.
Sir, no, sir.
After all, a fearless hunter might prove quite useful for our investigation.
About face!
Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't turn your back on her when she's got that bow within arm's reach.
Oh, she doesn't seem that bad.
Attention! About face!
alright, well, I guess I'll talk to her, or you do
I have
that.
heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment and freed the next by our kind. In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, There are no guarantees.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention!
Are you having trouble picking?
To the barracks!
Oh,
Yes, yes.
yes. Wait, why didn't It's kind of annoying that you can't really see when they're gonna basically what do we call it? Basically that they actually voice the lines and when they don't.
Yes, it's
So,
a bit of-
if they don't voice it, you have to voice it yourself, my dude.
like I said, a bit of
Yes, but you can still see it, so.
Yes, as you've noticed, we are an unpredictable species, as likely to kill as to heal. It's best to be wary of those you meet for this very reason.
We may be unpredictable, but it serves one better to hope for the best than to assume the worst. After all, what? Like attracts like. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, well, seeing as you're kind of a necromancy, probably won't.
Indeed, for all our progress, we are savage species at heart. Regard a human as you would a rabid animal, ready to attack at any moment. I'm gonna be the positive dude, so.
It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter. I am glad that now I have you standing beside me, even if one burns hot while the other wheezes cold.
Sir, no, sir.
She has to
I
fight.
feel
with
like
this.
she just
I will come to
insulted
know
me.
my own kind as you have, and perhaps then I will decide for myself whether ours is a noble kind.
To the barracks! Not!
Well then, I'm sure she will be a fine addition to our squad.
Sure. Alright, well, let's go. Keep going. Hello? Dude?
If you have any special arrows, you want to give them to her.
Dude?
She has a bow.
Dude,
Yeah?
let's keep
Yes.
going.
No. First, our investigation will bring us to a certain building. The
You
building
say
of
you
the
will
mayor.
take
Oh,
me
shit.
under your
Precisely.
wing. But I see no feathers. Are you a child of the birds, as I am
Oh,
of the
you're
bears?
talking to my companion, I see.
I accidentally clicked on her. Well, that's always an awkward thing, right? When you want to walk one way and you accidentally click on someone and you have to have a conversation with them.
Ah, yes. Awkward.
Okay, so.
Now, if you're done.
I mean that I would be responsible for you. I will keep you out of trouble. A child of the bears? What does that mean exactly? Probably that she was raised by bears, right?
No. You. Yeah, literally. Her name is Bear Daughter.
Yeah, I'll just keep you out of trouble and
No. We need to learn her independence.
wait, so you
She needs to learn how to be
she's
an
not a
independent
child,
creature.
man. She probably knows already.
Like I said, you're treating her as a child by telling her you'll keep her safe. We don't want to keep her safe. We want to teach her how to keep herself safe.
Fine. A child of bears? What does that mean exactly?
And so the lonely babe was fed upon the wild mother's milk, and cast aside from humankind, he thrived among his mother's ilk. So says the saga of Threes. Do you know it?
No.
Wise godwolf Amira raised the child Threes among her litter. So you see, I have good company. Threes the wolfson, and I the bear daughter.
I mean that I would be responsible for you. I will keep you out of trouble. That's the only thing I can do now, so.
In truth, this is a relief. Your world is made with rules I have not yet memorized. I am happy to have a friend in such a place.
I'll take my leave for now, bear daughter. Alright,
Very well then, if you
I
will
will,
follow
because
me.
I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
Well, if the map is correct, then this should be the mayor's ensemble. I don't know what that word means. I just like the sound of
The
it.
mayor's ensemble. I think it's just like house or something, like residence or something.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it means like clothing or something.
I
No,
think it
town
had
hall.
multiple meanings, but I'm not really sure.
If you want to go
I'm
speak
actually
with
gonna
the
speak
mayor.
with Kitty Cat.
Of course you are.
Hey, Kitty
Oh,
Cat.
gosh, one who flaunts the highways and byways of silly old Sicile with the easy elegance of a puss with her tail in the air. I do declare such a sight is rather rare around here.
Alright.
But where are my manners? I am Maxine, and you must be one of those hunters one hears so much about. Charmed, I'm sure.
Well, aren't you the most politest of cats? Tell me a bit more about yourself, Maxine. You seem like a charming little cat.
I'm the mayor's cat, don't you know? Born and raised on velvets and viands of most exquisite varieties. Maxine rhymes with queen, after all, and dearest. That is hardly a coincidence.
I'd like to ask you some further questions, Maxine.
But of course, darling. Be my guest.
Tell me about Sicile.
Oh, this quaint little town is a tad too parochial for one of my more urbane tastes. But one has to make do, hasn't one? The fresh sea air does go to great lengths to invigorate one's spirit, that much I'll admit. And it is rather jolly to watch the ships sail in laden with all kinds of exotic wares, full of the little treats the mayor likes to spoil me with. Darling man, he dotes on me so.
Don't you fear the undead?
Heavens forbid. No, fear is rather too strong a term there, hunter dearest. The predator's instinct is a trait we share, you and I. And though those rancid ramblers may not be quite as easy to put to the claw as mice are, I assure you they are just as easily outwitted.
Well, I will take my leave. I feel like there's still other
Oh,
stuff.
you haven't left town yet, have you? Jolly good. Join me, why don't you, for a scandalously milky saucer of feral leaf tea?
Can you stop stealing? I think we're being, like, watched or something. I'd like to ask you some further questions.
But of course, darling. Be my guest.
Wait, did I already ask about her?
I'm the mayor's cat, don't you
Yeah.
know? Born and...
Alright, so, never mind. So, what does this mark above her head mean?
Oh, it's gone.
You are a
We missed it.
dumbass. What do you mean?
Excuse me?
Oh,
What?
I thought that mark was for
You
stealing.
were the one busy talking to a cat.
I thought that mark was for...
No, it wasn't. That was just the mark
Oh, really?
for conversation.
Okay. Oh, too bad that we didn't get it then.
Yeah. Now go distract the mayor and make sure he doesn't.
I'm just
close the
gonna
door.
talk to
it's
him.
you. Come closer then. Closer, huh? My ears aren't what they used to be. Nor my eyes, for that matter. Yes, hello, Source Hunter. Our city welcomes you.
Tell me about yourself, Cecil.
My elf? What elf?
Oh god.
Oh, myself. I am Cecil, Mayor of Sicile, and husband of the stately Cecilia. I've been the mayor here for decades, and I'm quite eager to see Sicile through these difficult times. Yes, very difficult times indeed.
Tell me about the issues in Sicile.
What?
What? I mean, the issues.
Oh, you mean Sicile? Very difficult times indeed. As though the death of Jacon by source magic no less weren't enough. We're also facing all sorts of brutish intruders. The undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the orcs are making a habit of savaging our beaches. That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new religious sect or cult or some such, sticking its tendrils into the innocent, seven-fearing folks of Sicile. And, while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have a private matter I'd like to bring to your attention. It involves a magic relic I rather foolishly sought. A weapon called the Staff of Pergamon.
What is the Staff of Pergamon?
What of what now? Oh, you're speaking gibberish. Ah, you mean the Staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was this very powerful, very rare staff. I managed to place the order through means somewhat atypical to a government official.
So illegal.
Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing has gone missing. I fear it may have fallen into the wrong hands, and I wonder if you could retrieve it for me.
Tell me about this merchant.
His name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Sicil harbor. You can talk to him if you think it'd help, but I'd quite like to avoid getting the Legion involved, if you don't mind.
What do you know about the staff itself?
The staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid the townsfolk against the undead.
About Jake's murder.
Jake? Murdered? Oh yes, yes, now I recall. Indeed, I could hardly believe it myself. The Council and I have certainly had our differences over the years, but old squabbles evaporate under such circumstances. Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. In fact, the Legion have taken her into protective custody to keep her safe from the mob. As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years. That business between her and the Duke of Ferrol was always a bit, suggestive. But I've never had cause to suspect her of violence. Still, one never knows for sure.
Tell me about the Duke of Ferrol.
An all-right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Sicil is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with Mrs. Counselor.
Tell me more about the undead in Sicil.
What? The undead? Yes, for the past 2 years those blasted skeletons have all but suffocated this city. With all but one trade route overrun, Sicil's once torrential commerce has slowed to a pathetic trickle.
Can you tell me about Riffelon's sect?
Well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you long ago, Source Hunter. But I suppose if you really don't know, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least explain the basics.
I don't like where this conversation is going.
Ah, you see, when a lady and a fellow
it went exactly where I thought it would go.
Well, rather more than nice. They occasionally, well, they...
And I feel like we can stop right there.
Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the 7th sake. I can't be bothered to chat all day about the birds and the bees when Sicil's under siege by orcs, undead, and cultists.
Can you tell me about your library?
No, wait with that. Wait with that one.
Do you have any work for a trio of sailors? Oh, for the quest, yeah.
No, all my clothes are in fine condition, thanks. I've been going to the same tailor for years.
Alright. I met your pet, Maxine.
Maxine? What in heaven's name are you? Oh, you mean the mongrel that's always skulking about the place. I spent months trying to teach that worthless hound how to fetch, and it sat through every lesson looking at me as if I were an idiot. Man's best friend, my eye. I've always been more fond of cats myself.
I feel like the dude is not all there. Can you tell me more about the library?
That depends. What kind of berries are you interested in, exactly? Ah, the library. Yes, you must have a visit. It's the gem of Sicil. Would you like to have a look? I'll escort you upstairs myself.
Sure, sounds interesting.
Marvelous. Follow me then.
Alright then.
What? Oh, yes. This library is the jewel in Sicil's crown. The beacon of culture and learning in our fair city. My Victoria has every volume you could possibly imagine, and she's got every speck of information about this place packed into her brilliant brain. Yes, Victoria's come a long way from that little bundle of claws and teeth I adopted so long ago. Ah, it brings a tear to my eye just seeing her here among her beloved books. What? Oh, yes, yes. I'll be on my way back downstairs now. Please introduce yourself. I know Victoria will be happy to make your acquaintance.
Did he just say
Yeah.
claws and teeth?
Oh!
Volume 2.
Ah, yes, those do look like claws and teeth.
I guess an orc fetish runs in the village. Or the city.
She's wearing some really questionable headdresses.
Oh, maybe she's just a cosplayer or something, you know?
Ah, yes, obviously she's not wearing human clothing because of cosplay.
I mean, it wouldn't... Well, maybe... I honestly don't know. Apparently there are 2 orcs in this village that are living amongst people for some reason.
Anyway, now that we're in the clear, I investigated his office and didn't find anything out of the ordinary. I did, however, take some things as,
Compensation?
for the investigation, of course. No,
Yes,
investigation.
yes, I know
Right,
you're a
will be
thief.
returning them when
Now
I
I
come
will
from
talk
the
to Victoria.
Can you tell that guy next to you to shut up?
Can you maybe shut up? We're trying to have a conversation here.
Omnes autem mali demones quam.
English! Do you speak it?
What? What is this? Who are you to interrupt my musings? By Naga the Protector, they have the manners of boors, these boatmen of Sicil. Oh, but perhaps I spoke too soon. Perhaps I was mistaken, for you hardly resemble the local fisher folk, which, incidentally, is a compliment of copious dimensions indeed. No, a source hunter, that is what you are. Yes, a stalker of sorcery, a chaser of charms pernicious. In truth, I cannot go so far as to say it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, for I take no pleasure in the company of man. But it may just be to our mutual advantage to join forces nonetheless.
Why would you want to join forces?
Why, simply because you hunt source, and I, Jehan, hunt demons. You are aware, of course, that quite often both of these pests frequent the same shadowy pools of infamy. Now, I hate what I hunt, but I respect its cunning. Should I not, I'd have been decimated, body and soul, long since. This is a sentiment I'm quite certain you must recognize. Let there be strength in cunning, yes, but also in numbers. The calculus of wizardry I offer you, the might of the magician's mastermind. On one condition, that on our joint travels we will never deal with demonic entities, no matter how tempting their propositions. Give me your word on this, and I'll weave you spells.
Perhaps he isn't the best companion.
I mean, how would he feel about undeath? That's kind of the big question here.
The knight in see-through armor.
Well, as long as they're not revived by demons, probably it's fine.
So, dudes, is there any disadvantage by getting this guy to be our companion?
I mean, he will be very upset if we
Are
ever
there,
deal with a demon.
are there any other sorcerer options or wizard options?
I mean, you could technically make anyone anything. That's how this game works.
Is there a but here? I'm just
What do you
asking,
mean,
like, man, I don't know.
I mean, oh yeah, every companion starts out with a certain class, and you can't change them until a certain point in the game. So they will like be weaker than this one will be.
Alright, so then just a real quick question. Are there interesting possibilities if you make deals with demons or demonic entities?
We're talking about demonic entities here, of course.
So would it be more fun to just not have him in the party because he's gonna bitch about the demonic stuff? Dude, I don't know about this fucking game. Just tell me if there are more fun possibilities.
No. This is your choice. Do you wish to completely forego the options of dealing with demons, or not?
I don't like to make promises I may not be able to keep, so I must decline your offer.
I don't like to make promises I may not be able to keep, so I must decline your offer.
I concur. Some temptations just cannot be resisted.
Oh, simple souls. Oh, doomed spirits. What tangled webs you'd weave. But I won't be a fly to be caught in them. Begone. Reflect. And if you should see the light, I will be here in the library. For now, you are not worthy of my devotion.
Volume 1, Volume
Alright, well, that just happened.
Where's the third one gone?
Alright, well, I'm gonna talk to the...
This isn't the
whatever this is. The orc, I guess.
Yeah, we can find better. We don't need his anti-demonic
In the name of
ass.
Amun-Hor, I bid thee Tujda Geta Hal. Be welcome, human. My library is yours, as I hope your friendship is mine.
Who are you, madam?
I am Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cecil. Oh, I know what you're thinking. The likeness isn't exactly striking, is it?
What are you talking about? You really have his... You really have his, his eyes, yes, that's it. You really have his eyes.
When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a wicker basket floating past Sicil toward the sea. The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amun-Hor, dear Cecil was among the gathered crowd, and he took pity on the exiled infant that chance had put in his way. He raised me like I was his own, this kindest of souls, taught me the language of men, their customs and their letters. Thus, I became the city's librarian, a position I uphold with no small diligence and pride.
Well, may I take a book from your library?
Indeed you may. The wisdom I here hoard is yours to peruse and even take with you. All I can ask is that you return the books you borrow, so that others may enjoy them too.
So we can just take the books?
I had already taken a bunch of books before you even asked.
Yes, let's just steal from the orc lady. That's gonna end up well.
Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
It is if you're gonna keep her distracted so I can steal from her chest.
Yes, I was making the connection. Alright, so
there you go. Ooh, those are some nice books.
Place this book here.
Take a look at these boots. They might be better than what you
have. Did you give them to me?
No.
Yes.
Looking for the Pseudomonarchia Daemonum, and the first edition too. Most promising.
I think they are actually better. Yes, they are.
Good.
Alrighty then. I feel like we can go, right?
I suppose we should check out the inn? Yeah. Let us check out the inn.
Let's go.
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sicil is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. A delight. No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot, so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed.
And you are?
Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them.
You're not worried about the undead out and about?
They call the undead a problem, my friend, but those who know the ways of the Fabulous Five see no problems. They see opportunities. An enterprising spirit can wrench riches from cold dead rocks. Or from cold dead, full stop.
About this opportunity you mentioned.
Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure?
I like adventure. Sure.
Let's wait until to see what he has to offer first. Oh, of course I do. How could someone in my profession not?
Of course I do. How could someone in my profession not?
Quite right. Adventure is what we live for.
Also apparently talking in stereo.
Look there, dude. It's lag. Okay.
See here. You and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. The thrill of walking the unbeaten path. The rush of finding yourself in a goblin ambush, knowing you'll prevail nonetheless. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soul.
I have like 5
Now,
master
between you and
paintings in my
tell
inventory.
me
I am
truthfully,
well paid.
Don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
Well, most of the time I
I'm
just
literally
steal
rich.
from the debt I raise, but I suppose.
Oh no, I steal from the living.
Wait, I can't even say yes. Oh, wait, I can. Well, I can say that I haven't.
Well, I can't say that I haven't.
Yeah, extra gold's always
some
welcome, I
extra
suppose.
Gold is always welcome.
God, you sounded like such a rat.
Indeed, gold is always welcome. And among the Fabulous Five, gold flows as freely as water does to the sea. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that, and at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
It's better to lead than to follow, that much is true. Well, I'm only fit to lead after all.
It's better to lead than to follow. That much is true.
Better to be served than to serve. I concur.
Well spoken. Well said indeed. Life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding, am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream, enact the change you deserve. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours. Grab
If you rename it the Felix Fabulous Five, then I'm in.
the Fabulous Five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlon. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. To realize our dreams and cleanse our souls. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not, how about we get started?
So, what is it that the members of the Felix Fabulous Five actually do?
What a gem of a question. Straight as an arrow, sharp as a switchblade. Most meritorious of you. Now then, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you the moment you sign our waiver, and so it all begins. I shall be the one to give you your first contracts, and once the job is done, I shall see to it you get your fair share of the reward. Of course, should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five and thereby draw new knights into our fellowship, you will get a share of the reward from their contracts too. Isn't that wonderful?
Holy shit, it's a pyramid scheme.
Yes, I realized that.
Oh my...
By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellowship? I mean family. For like a family, we support one another, cheer one another, see each other through thick and thin, partake in glory and defeat. Work hard, fulfill contracts, enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through the ranks. You will better yourself. You will better Rivalon. You will make the stars shine all the brighter. And you'll get fabulously wealthy in the process. What's not to like?
Let's enlist.
Let's change subjects.
No, let's enlist. Come on.
It's clearly a pyramid scheme.
So? We can still benefit from it, even if they benefit more.
It's a pyramid scheme. We're gonna end up
I don't see the problem. What's the problem?
I see the problem. We're gonna end up going house to house, begging people to join this fabulous knight stuff, man.
Or we can just casually mention it every time we save someone and get money for it.
I feel like this is kinda sketchy, but
I don't see a downside, honestly.
Fine, but if we end up in some sort of weird cult, I'm blaming you.
Then we could just kill everyone.
That's true. I can always use more zombies.
Exactly. Now you're getting it.
I like to enlist.
Of course. All you need to do is sign this waiver, and just like that, snap! You're part of the family. All I need is your lovely little autograph. What do you say?
Aaron has as many friends as the man.
Join a girl, better the world, earn a lot of gold. Yes, count me in. We're gonna so regret it at some point.
Join a guild.
No, we're gonna get rich.
Earn a lot of gold. Yes, count me in.
And me. May all the riches in the world be ours.
Marvelous. Magnificent. Oh, but what am I saying? Fabulous is the word. You may not realize it yet, but your fortunes, your very life is about to change for the better. So let us not dilly-dally. To business. Your first assignment is ready and waiting if you're ready and willing.
Ooh, we can offer the sailors to him. Yes, let's do that.
I met some sailors looking for a job. Perhaps they could join the fellowship.
Efficient. Proactive. Oh, I like that. Send them to me and I'll sign them up. And of course, since they're your recruits, you'll get a share of every assignment they complete. Isn't that just fabulous?
About my assignment.
It is quite fabulous.
Oh, it's a pretty straightforward task, this one. Now, in this town dwells a wizard. Ahu is his name, and he's a frightful eccentric. Scientific type, you know the kind. Favors reason over faith and all that. Not Fabulous Five material, him. His experimental weapons may keep a couple of skeletons away from the city, but many of his other researches failed, malfunctioned with tragic consequences. One of them was a big lumbering apparatus, a frightful automaton shaped like a giant made of steel. It was supposed to crush the undead by the dozens, piloted as it was by a trained legionnaire. But you can guess what happened. Did it become sentient? Was it cursed? Whatever the cause, the thing relieved itself of its pilot and headed north towards a network of caves. Now ask yourself, what if it comes back? It could smash the city walls and claim 100 lives before being subdued. Luckily, there are those in this world who belong to the Fabulous Five. The braves who eat such monstrosities for breakfast. Go, my friend. Find this wizard's abomination and claim your just reward from Mayor Cecil in the name of our hallowed guild. Easy money.
Easy money.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill you one day. I already see it happening. Alright, well, let's go in.
Alright then,
Let's go into the inn.
Yeah.
Oh, cat. Hello, kitty.
Never saw you in the king crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears if you like. I won't scratch back.
Who are you?
I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank, and I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind and took me in. Been the king crab's foremost patron ever since.
Tell me about this ship you were on.
A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable, though. We hit the cliffs right neath the lighthouse. Not very apt a name for that building, I must say, for no light was shining from it. The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor. But I was alive, and that was more than anybody else could say.
You were the only survivor?
So I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the rats I used to hunt in the galley. And there I was, all alone. Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do long for a companion of my own kind, and in that regard, there is no one like Maxine.
About Maxine.
Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle, so fair a feline. The grace of her whiskers, the subtle palette of dyes in her sable coat. She's one of a kind, that cat. She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I've serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts. But for some reason, she is not to be swayed.
I have some other questions for you.
By all means.
What's your take on the undead?
People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me when I'm out for my monthly walk, though. But still, I do detest them. I mean, they're so unnatural, aren't they? Cats can have 9 lives, but humans are only entitled to 1.
Can you tell me more about the orcs?
Oh, don't mention orcs to me. Worse than dogs, that lot. Sank Walrus Willie's boat right from under him. Best anchovy fisher in the world he was. A loss to us all.
I'll take my leave.
Waiting for what, exactly?
Well, apparently this dude has the hots for Maxine.
Oh, interesting. Mayor's cat.
Yeah, maybe we can set them up. Huh?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your
Good idea.
Alright, well, where are you?
Oh, if you wait for me, I ran into an interesting fellow upstairs.
Okay, then I'll come too, I guess. Oh, there's upstairs.
There we go. Hey, I found the necromancy salesperson I told you
Well,
about.
hello there.
It's this woman.
Well, hello there.
How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
I take it you are a traveling merchant.
That I am. I have spent more of my life on the road traveling alongside great caravans than I have in any given place in Rivellon. All of this earth is my home, for a few days or even but a few hours at a time, that is. You wouldn't believe some of the things
we don't
I have
care
seen.
about the backstory.
Oh yes,
just open a shop.
Besieged by the dead isn't even remotely special to me. All the better that it isn't for you and for me, because outlandish events lead to outlandish wares.
Let's discuss your wares.
No need to worry, Source Hunter.
You don't need to discuss her
dearest.
wares.
You'll find no sorcery here, only honest to God's witchcraft.
See? It's fine.
You
just
know,
open
just
a shop.
because you are a socially inept individual doesn't mean I have to deprive the world of Felix.
I am gonna have to confess to make this better. I already talked to her. She confessed to being a descendant of sorcerers, and I told her she should stop telling people that. I did this for the better, for the good of all men. Otherwise, you would have had an option to make her go hostile. Now go and buy her wares. It is all safe now.
I don't know how to feel about this, but I'm still gonna buy from her, so...
You there, cut it out.
Well,
okay, let's see.
I am really bad at stealing, huh?
Okay, so we got... Okay, so this is witchcraft, that's what I need.
Exactly, that is
Heal yourself. Okay, this is Vampiric Touch, I already have that one. Malediction? Malediction, I think I read it right. Malediction weakens and curses an enemy.
Malediction.
That's pretty neat. Decreases all elemental resistance for an enemy around you. That would probably be really good with a sorcerer or a wizard, probably. Okay, and decreases his target's willpower by 5. Decay Touch skill book. Makes the target decay so that it cannot be healed by magic or potions anymore. It will be damaged instead. Rapture skill book. Charms a target. Bestow a damage boost upon an ally. Deals immense damage to a summoned creature. I'll be honest, man, I'm not seeing any, except for the charm.
Does she not have
target,
the
which I
summon undead spell?
Nope.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Is she supposed to?
I am not certain. I just know she's the only person who sells necromancy in this entire town.
I am sad.
I
see what she
suppose
has.
we'll have to find or create it ourselves.
I am so sad. Well, maybe if I'm a little stronger in witchcraft, I can charm a person. That sort of counts, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's in combat as well, so...
Yeah, so... But I need to be advanced for that, so...
I see.
That is gonna be a while. By the way, do we need any teeth?
Teeth? Like human teeth?
It doesn't say if they're human teeth.
Why would we need teeth?
I don't know, for alchemy or something? I don't know.
I don't really know much about alchemy. I'll have a look at the crafting, if I can see anything. Oh, that requires teeth.
They don't really sell for all that much, so if we can find something, it might be useful.
I don't see any use for teeth, honestly.
Alright, well...
No, nothing we have at least requires teeth.
Alright, well, we can always get more teeth, right?
Exactly, we just kill someone and take their teeth. Problem solved.
Alright, let's, well, I got 6 gold, man. 6 whole gold. I'll take my leave. Okay, so, Anything else we need to do in this inn?
Oh, well, yes, this is the scene of the murder, remember?
What?
The murder for which we are in this town, remember?
What you talking about?
Just, it's downstairs, let's go.
Alright, that's of course I totally didn't forget about the murder.
You would never. Don't be silly. Yeah, speak to the Legionnaire.
Alright, well, really quick interruption here, but we're already over an hour, and isn't there like a person that we need to recruit here?
Yes. So, you want to do
well,
that first and then investigate?
No, we'll do this first and then, so come back.
Alright. Alright, feel free.
Alright, well, let's talk to the guy.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus' explicit approval.
Well, what a good thing that we have his approval. I spoke to Aureus. Let me inside, please.
Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the Captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a waltz through the town's finest magical murder scene. Enjoy.
Well then, lead the way. He just growled at me. He does,
Ow!
What the? What the?
Oh! What's happening? Holy shit, it's been close to an hour. We don't have time for this.
Yeah, you're gonna want to cut that clip out.
What?
We appear to be in space.
Farseer, what the hell? Farseer, you're supposed to know these things. What the hell?
That stone. Somehow it sent us
I
flying
mean,
into the
I
stars.
saw a whole new world in that room. I didn't expect, you know, to be teleported to a whole new world.
We're in space!
This is unexpected. So, do we want to...
This is somehow your fault.
I feel like we want to maybe, you know, stop while we're ahead.
Yes, I am. So everybody, thank you for watching our Divinity Original Sins Let's Play. We're gonna, we're gonna quit here because honestly I have no idea what the fuck is happening, and I feel like this is gonna take a bit longer than the time we have left. So, Rams, anything you want to say to our audience?
Well, I'm used to seeing far because, you know, I'm Farseer, but I didn't expect to see all the stars, because I can see all of them. This is cool.
You are just straight up terrible, aren't you?
I'm enjoying myself.
But I'm also gonna go take a piss real quick.
Oh.
Look at how I don't roleplay that I have to take a piss. Really, I am a genius amongst men.
I think roleplay is a good thing. Stupid ass. Wait, are you still recording this? You are a stupid butt, and I do not appreciate your stupidity. Haha. And you cannot retort, for you are not here. I am a genius.
More holes than a slice of this fine Gorman bear.